Hey guys, it's Eric here with Sacred Forge Healing here for your weekly reading for August 17th, 2025. Alright, so we have a lot going on this week. If you guys are interested, I'm hosting a Reiki Level 1 class at the Bag Lady in Charlotte on August 23rd from 12 to 5, as well as a Reiki circle that evening from 6:30 to 8. So lots of stuff going on this coming weekend. So if you guys are interested in that, check out the links below, as well as I will be doing readings at the Bag Lady in Charlotte on Wednesday from 12 to 4. So if you guys are interested in a in-person reading, that is a great place to catch me there. Or if you're wanting to do an online reading, book online and we can get some time set up for you. So let's go ahead and let's get into the energy of this week. So they're reminding me it's important for us to take some deep breaths to kind of get centered here in this energy. Whenever you are connecting with the angels, which is what we're doing here, we're inviting that angelic love into our life. So if you do have a second just to take a deep breath, if you can close your eyes, perfect. If not, don't. Right? If you're driving, do not close your eyes, period. So just take a deep breath with me right quick in the nose and out the mouth, just to get yourself centered here for that energy coming through. Remember that it is up to you whether you're wanting to really connect with that energy, and you can do so saying, I connect to the energy that is for my highest and best good that is coming through at this point. I do this only for my highest and best good and highest and best healing that is possible right now, as well as the information that is coming through. So that's a whole mouthful. Go back and listen to that if you need to. But let's go ahead and let's get into some cards for this week. So, challenge. Okay, so we got an interesting week. It seems kind of coming in. So we got a lot laying on our heart. A lot of good things going on here in our challenge. Yes. Let's see. Cool. So we have some really beautiful things going on the week of August 17th, 2025. So our very beginning, our strength that is coming up for us is do the work and manifestation. So for you guys who might not know, we did have a Archangel Orion ceremony going on back on August 8th. And so Orion is a big angel when it comes to manifestation. We see him kind of showing up here as well. And we have do the work being highlighted here. So what this is telling me about this week is it's really, really important that we're making strides towards what we are actually wanting, specifically around manifestation that we were working with around the 8th. So that's what, like a week-ish ago. So whatever you were trying to put in play that August 8th, that Friday, it's really asking you, saying, hey, if you really want this to come through, you need to be doing the work that needs to be done for it. Remember that we can, if we sit back and let Spirit just do it all, they're not going to do that. Remember, we have to have physical things that have to be done for certain things to manifest. Now, magical things happen every day. But we also have to have that that physical aspect of us actually going forth and doing it. Spirit's not going to do all the work for you. And I feel like that's really what is trying to be highlighted here is, yes, everything is in the works, but you have to be doing the work as well. Now, I know I need to hear this for myself as well. But there are, reading into the energy of who are watching here, you know, there's frustration that I feel around this, especially, how to put it, especially the female listeners who are watching. I'm definitely feeling a lot of energy around that, especially around frustration of, you know, I gotta do it, but God, why does it feel so hard? And so I do want to know a little bit more about that. Why does it feel so hard? We got some beautiful things going on. overall, which is great. So why does it feel so hard, especially for those who are feeling that way? So we have the Four of Earth that says being too frivolous or too cautious with money, good business decisions, giving to those less fortunate. So for those of you guys who are trying to really bring forth, um, a business of sorts, you know, so there is a definite ask for a balance between thinking and doing. I'll say that. Sometimes it's great to spend some more time thinking over a situation, but if it's going to stop you from doing it altogether, look at that, right? If it's, it could be also on the opposite spectrum, and it is for some of you, where it's like just going out and doing everything, but then realizing you don't really know what you're doing. And that's a hard one, especially if you're putting a lot of money into it, but not exactly sure what you're doing. There has to be a balance between research and activity or doingness. That I will say. All right, we have do the work as one of the highlights this week, and so there is a lot of energy going towards that. It's going to be a very busy week for everybody. I know I'm feeling it. My schedule is like, oh. But it's good. It's an actual good thing. Now, for those of you who are feeling tired, that can show up a bit this week, but we do have a lot of energy and momentum pushing us forward. And in the same way, so I will highlight this as well when it comes down to our two cards. With this card, with manifestation here, we have the stars being highlighted around us and a star coming from our hands. So it's like what we are making is being magic. One second. I'm going to leave that in there. So what we're making is magic, and the magic is in our hands, right? And that's really what we have here. Even with do the work, we have the star being in the hands. Now, I don't know if you guys can see it too well. I got my ring light here, making it a little hard to see. But the magic is already in our hands. And that's one of the things that they're really trying to highlight for all of us here, is that yes, there's that doingness that we all have to get to, but it's really in our hands now. So what are you devoting your time to? What are you really wanting to do, right? We can focus or want to build a business, but if we're only like, for me, it's reading books. I love doing it. It has to be a balance of time and devotion towards what you're doing and what you're working on, and that's something that's definitely showing up this week. And so for some of you also, it could be wanting to have another person come into your business and saying, I want to be able to help someone who's getting into this. Maybe you're taking on a mentorship role as this, and that's actually what you are wanting right now, because it helps you to share your knowledge. And when you share your knowledge, you are learning more, you are doing, you are helping someone else as well. And so that's really what we have going on for our strength right here. Do the work of manifestation. That the energy and the magic is in our hands. Are we willing to let it? Are we willing to put the effort in to do it? Remember that when it comes down to manifestation, we can do as much as we can on the physical level, but then we have to let it go. So there's both that paradigm, and also we need to get our butts in gear when it comes to this, right? For some of us, it's like really trying to manifest these things, but we're doing squat for it. And so it really needs us to be pushed forward and to allow that magic to come through us, because we have to do it with our hands. We have to make it. We have to craft it. And that's part of it. It's bringing that energy through us and into the world. And that's really, really big this week. Really, really big. And that's the strength that we're all learning. And so if you guys are feeling that already, where it's like that get up and go, I need to be doing this, follow that. Okay, that's a lot going on for our strength here, but I hope that makes sense. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below for that. But let's go ahead and let's get into the heart section of the week. So, and this will be hard for some of you. For some of you, it's like, it's time. And it really is time for a lot of us, right? So we have cut the cords and we have friendship and union. Now, when you put these two together, what do you think you get, right? So cut the cords is about energetic tethers that tie us to people, situations, stories, beliefs, a lot of different stuff. Whenever this card comes up, it's a lot about clearing from within, clearing perspectives, and it can be, in this case, clearing people. So, part of this do the work thing is saying, I'm going to make a decision around this, and I'm going to stick to it. And in this case, it's friendships. Who are the friends who are actually there for you and really want to help you, and have your back always? Or who are the friends that just take, and are never there when you actually need them? The moment that you say, hey, I need this. Oh, I can't do that. The other person gets like standoffish and says, even though they won't even acknowledge that you have helped them in the past. They're going to be like, no, I don't have time for this. I don't have the bandwidth. And for some of them, they might not, but do you really want to surround yourself with those kind of people, right? And this is what's really laying on the heart of a lot of us right now, is like, we deserve to be honored in our friendships and in our union, our community. We deserve to be honored, and to not try to have to put on masks around people. It's about authenticity for us, and also that give and take relationship. Are your current friendships helping you or limiting you? And that's really what's laying right here on the heart, right? And it can be more friendships really wanting to come in, but for that to happen, sometimes we do have to make the space. And so again, that's where we have that cut the cords coming in and saying, hey, maybe these people aren't that great for me, and this can come right back to that first card with do the work and manifestation. Are the people who are around you, are they go-getters? Are they people who are really wanting to bring light and love to the world? Or are they wanting to just sit down and, not necessarily a bad thing, we need sitting and resting and all that kind of thing, but do you have people who just waste all of their time and then complain about it? Or do you have somebody who knows a balance in their life where they can do and also relax? And that's one of the things that we're all learning how to do, even though our strength here is that do the work. Remember, you can't do the work if you're exhausted. So remember to take rest with this, right? And, on the heart space, we do have that releasal of people that is trying to come up. I want to pull one card about, what else do we need to really know about this situation? So we have the Nine of Fire here. So it says, don't give up, protect what you've created, have courage, and believe in yourself. And so I'm feeling like this is in some way for some people, this is around business as well, where you've created something and you need to walk away, or you need to get the other person to walk away and say, this is something I created, this is mine, I'm wanting to take this back. Now, legalities about all of that, I'm not sure, not a lawyer, but there is definitely, if you want to feel into this card, this is very aerial, very, very like peaceful warrior, I'm not going to take your crap kind of thing. But we're really, really owning that here. It's saying, I know I deserve better than this, right? It says, protect that which you've created, have courage and believe in yourself. And that's really what we're being asked to do. I know releasing friendships is something that can be incredibly difficult, but sometimes it's not about them. And it's never really about them. It's about you. Are you willing to let them go so you can have that better life? And don't think of it as like, oh my gosh, I'm letting this person go. What are they going to think of me? I understand. A good friend of mine has studied with someone who calls it goop, the good opinion of other people. The good opinion of other people. Don't be filled by the goop. It's time to stand up for you for you, it is time to stand up and saying, I know these boundaries need to be put into place. I've been not doing it because I'm worried about how everyone else will perceive me. But stop it. Stop it. It's time to let them go. Period. Like, this is a very fiery card, and sometimes it is a fiery thing when friendships are taken away. But through fire, cleansing, something new can sprout. And so that's really what is laying on the heart space. And, as I'm feeling into the energy of you guys who are watching this, there's a lot going on, especially around the heart space around this, it makes sense. This is the heart space of the card, or the spread that we're using here today. And sometimes when it's around that, we get very sentimental about them and saying, once this person's gone, I don't know. Remember that new people come into our life every day. And these people can be much better for us as we're moving forward, as we move on our ascension path, per se, as we learn and grow spiritually and become more of ourselves. Remember, this is authenticity. Are you willing to be authentic? And do these people appreciate your authenticity, or do they diminish your authenticity? And if they diminish, it's time to cut them. Not physically, but it's time to release them into their own space, saying thank you for being in my life. But for me to continue to grow, we need to part for a while. And if you're willing to shift as I'm shifting energies as well, if you're willing to learn, of course, this doesn't have to be said to the person. It can be. But if you're willing to learn and grow too, then maybe this will come back together one day. But for right now, I need to take a step back. And realizing that it's for yourself and it's not for them, right? Sometimes these people can be very shackling and limiting for what you are trying to experience and move towards. So pay attention to that. Again, not the easiest thing in the world. But once you do get into that space of doing it and having done it, everything will start to open up. Everything will start to open up. I'm going to pull one more card about this because this heart space feels very... okay. Very, very prevalent here because this message really needs to get out. So, I'm getting the chills, the not angel bumps, as some people call it. But I was called here on a mission, and we all are. What is your mission in life? What are you here for? We have, I am the light of the world, and believing is seeing. It's once you finally do it, you are opening up to a whole lot more light, a whole lot more love, and you are being called for your mission. Missions can be very esoteric, or they can just be simply loving and living your life. And how can you do that? Can you share more light with people? Can you just share a smile, a compliment? Can you, as you are authentically yourself, do you like to dance? Do you like to sing? Do you like to move? How does that show up for you? How does your light show up for you? Right? I was called here for a mission. It's the heart. Being connected to that heart space is the mission. So how do you connect with it? Is it through movement, through dance, which can be the same thing, through singing, through art, through just smiling, watching something that's funny? How does your light show up? And you are that light in your life, and you are meant to be that light to help ignite others. We are being called on this mission, to share your light, to share your love. What are you doing it? Why? What are you doing it for? You're doing it for you. Not for anyone else. As you are that authentic person, all of these things fall into place. Focus on that. Focus on your authenticity. And releasing the people, it just comes with that. Or it certainly can. Now, not all of you will be doing this, this week, but it is really, really time to start moving in that direction. So take that or don't. The information and the energy has been placed in your hands. our strength here has been placed in your hands. So what you do with this, entirely up to you, okay? So our challenge card is to expect miracles. Remember, miracles happen every day. But once we start working towards our manifestations where we're really trying to bring that forth, once we clear the people that are really not serving us and, remembering our mission to be that light, to be that person who gives love everywhere we go, to ask people their names and communicate and exchange that loving energy that you have. Once we start working with that, our challenge is to expect miracles because they're going to happen. Expect them. Don't be like, oh, I really want this miracle to happen. Expect them. Right? Don't go into that wishy-washy, just say, I know miracles happen every day and I welcome miracles into my life every day, period. Miracles happen for me. Miracles happen for everyone. Open up to receiving this. So they want me to do a little bit of light language here around this because some of you guys really don't understand the gravity of this. So if you've never heard of light language before, the way that it's come through me is the language of the soul. It's a very vibrational language. It will be spoken. No, they're not going to sing, which is good. Sometimes that does happen. But as you're listening to it, your soul is getting that information for you. And it's not something that you have to consciously say yes to. It would be very helpful for you to say yes to. But it's an energy that's wanting to come through for us because miracles happen. Miracles happen in my life every day. State that every morning. Miracles happen in my life every day. Thank you, angels, for showing me the miracles that are here for me today. Start putting that as part of your daily practice. But let's go ahead and let's get these energy codes in. If you can take a deep breath for me. And out. Kumbre ike sha undumbre ite titeano kumbre ete shula le katatiano kumba e alari eta brai ke ta shunda ta ike ta shula la lera katano kumbra dia ta shondo e dia shala le kabra e na kondobra. So the biggest thing is making sure you're open to seeing them. Miracles happen in your life every day. Be open to seeing them. As we start inviting that energy into our life, it's already here. If we're open to those miracles, it's the main thing of just seeing them as they happen. Whether that be, finding 5 cents on the floor, or finding a penny with its head side up, a feather, a parking spot, winning the lottery. Miracles can happen. That specific situation is a very energetically dense, I will say, very energetically dense place because everyone wants it. There's so many ties around, winning the lottery, besides the point. But being open to those miracles coming in every day. And that's what we're here for, to experience those miracles. And as we're in our alignment within our authenticity, remembering our mission to be that light of the world, sharing our love. Guys, you have no idea. You have no idea how fast everything is going to start flowing for you. And this do the work in that manifestation, it's just going to be very fast. So be open to that coming in. All right. So our last things that we're going to talk about here. So remember, our challenge is to expect miracles and that they are here every day. I will highlight one more thing with that card though. Looking at the heart space of this, that heart is very important. So these people who you're around, very important. So pick what vibration you want to be with. So the main thing is you are safe here, and feeling fear is a call for love. So, whenever you are afraid, remember, thank you, Archangel Michael, for coming in here with me. I know I'm safe. These things can be hard to say, especially if you're in that fear place. But, it can also be thank you, Archangel Michael, for showing me the light here in this world. Thank you for reminding me of it so I can feel more safe. I know that your arms are always around me, and that I am protected always. And that's really what's coming down to. Like, some of you guys are not wanting to act on your manifestation stuff because it's like, but the world is going to be so much different if I do this. And yes, as it should. And so that's one of the things you got to remember. It's meant to be different. Life can be very different. And like, these miracles that are wanting to come in are meant to make it very different. And isn't that magnificent? Isn't it marvelous? But remember, when we do have these moments of fear, take deep breaths, get yourself grounded, go hug a tree, go put your feet on the ground, whatever you can do to get yourself back in the present moment, because sometimes when we are in fear, we are especially afraid of what's going to happen next. And so we have our mind in the future. Bring it back to now. Is whatever this is going to kill me in the next 2 minutes? No. Okay, great. So what can I do to focus in on this moment right now and get whatever I need to get done? So that's a very extreme example. But again, the statement still stands. Whenever you are having those fearful moments, saying, is this something that I'm artificially afraid of? Is it something that I've just been trained to be afraid of? Is it actually going to harm me? Take a look at that. Use your own discernment, and discernment is going to be key here too. But we do have some beautiful things happening here, right? Expect miracles. Be open to miracles happening in your life every day. How many claps do you need? But miracles can happen every day. Every day, guys. Do the work that you're being asked to do. Yes, totally. Right? When it comes to do the work and manifestation, start working towards your goals. Start learning what you need. Spirit's not going to do everything for you. You still have to have physical things that you do to learn something. And yes, we can learn things through the Akashic records, through channeling, but having a base knowledge is so much more helpful when you're going into these places, because if we're just focused on that, yes, we can get amazing information. But still, we do need to have some physical things that happen, right? If you're starting a business, you need to know business laws. You need to know, taxes and all that stuff. The things that we don't want to do and talk about all the time. But, it is part of that thing that we have to learn how to. But remember, we can all do it. We can all do it. We can get this week done. We can get towards our goals, and we can invite those miracles into our life every day. So they want me to come back one last time to our heart space here. I know it can be very difficult to let go of people, but remember, sometimes it's for the best. Remember that if it's meant to come back, it will. So end on a good note if you can. But don't let that stop you from moving on, because you don't have to be stuck in that energy anymore. So that has been a lot, guys, but a lot of amazing information for you and for myself to go back and listen to as well. So I hope you guys have an amazing week. Remember, we do have the Reiki level 1 at the Bag Lady in Charlotte from 12 to 5 on Saturday the 23rd. So if you guys are interested in that, go book on my website. I need to have an account for who's going to be there beforehand. But I hope you guys have an amazing week. I'm sending you guys so much love, and bye for now.